He was brought down by Von Bell. A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second and 9. Wentz. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun. Wentz. Aguilar has it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A final shot before half for Breeze. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
On 2nd and 9. Wentz trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Focus, defense, focus. He's coming. Double up, double up.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Switch up, switch up.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check flag 47, check flag 47.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Looks good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Backman. Bleeding! Get in the right room! Get in the right room!
Now Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Wentz, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
The Saints take over.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze going to throw. Looking long for Thomas, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby!
Wentz going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, when don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now is Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Back to throw, Breeze. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Sunday. X3. 218. Chop.
Going for it with Sanders. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. To throw is Breeze. Now he'll escape to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. I'll be heading to the hotel. Charles, he's off to Bourbon Street.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we say so long from New Orleans. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80! Lock! Here we go. Jihad!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Here we go. 53, 53. Too low.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Check three.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Jordan Howard, 94 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From the 24, Garoppolo, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard with his second. Touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. 120.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Out.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 11. Check.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning,
here we go.
sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And yes, he found Toilolo. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
21.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
This is Mostert. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
I got you.
Now Mostert. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Here we go.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
21. Here we go.
Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
65.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 34 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try to move the ball and get in field goal range. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
65.
Hey, watch it.
Mostert. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Howard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Go. Ready? 54. Here we go. Here we go. Man, 5-2. Mike 4.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D4 in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Pettis. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm here all day.
On 1st down, Coleman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. 53's Mike. Here we go. SOS. Stick. 80 weapon.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mike 20. Mike.
Hey, defense, let's go.
13.
Fresno. Kick the edge. Go.
12.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Shotgun now for Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Running with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back now here in Santa Clara. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They go with Howard again. And Howard stops short. He didn't get there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. On 4th down, it's Howard. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st down, Howard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you, boy. Mike 5-4.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working from the gun. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Let's pin the mirrors back.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Wentz now on first down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 31 yards. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Let's go. Great. He's bringing it to you.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
13. Bravo.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go. Showing it.
He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go counter with Howard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
25, check 25.
Kill, kill.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They run the counter. It's Howard, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So it's a victory here for